I had to drive to the beach and carry my chairs every day. We found a place that was very short instead of the long place.
I know. Every time I was like, where's I know you're gonna pray, so I'm kind of chill. Oh, I didn't mean that way.
First day successful.
I did not mean it in a bad way.
Ask Carol to say a prayer for us, please.
Oh. Dear Lord, they're confessing already to you. Hear their prayers. We ask, Lord, that you bless this day and that you bless each and every person here and those who are absent from us today. As we begin a new year, Lord, give the energy, the initiative, the desire, and the ambition to the group of people who have said yes to take over and to lead the club through this next year. We don't know what's going to happen. We have no clue. But we know that if we look to you for guidance and direction, you will lead us. And so that is what we do. We turn to you to see what the needs are in our community, to see how we can live out the motto, service above self. For we know, Lord, that's what you want us to do, to be brothers and sisters to one another. So we just ask that you be with each and every person here as they go about their day and the rest of their week. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Join us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And would you join us for the four-way test? It's over here today. First,
Is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendship? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
I turned to ask them about music.
So first off, I just want to thank everybody that attended our annual picnic last week on Wednesday. It was a great event. The weather cooled off for us. It ended up being a lovely evening. We had so much food, delicious food prepared. So just thank you everybody that was able to attend that and everybody that was with us in spirit. So just want to thank you all for that. And then I just wanted to say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be the president of the Moundsville Rotary Club this year. I am nervous, but I'm turning that into excitement. I am so grateful that you all must have seen something in me that you would like me to lead the club this year. And I am just honored and excited for all of our service projects that we can do this year. And that was a lovely prayer, Carol. So true, we don't know what's going to come. But if we trust in God, we will be led the right way. So thank you so much for that. So we're going to kick off our meeting with what was on the agenda. We're going to follow up on that flag project discussion, and that would be Sharon to lead us on that. We're not going to spend a terrible amount of time, obviously give you fair share, 15, 20 minutes, but I know we discussed a couple times. ING sent out a lovely email with a bunch of information. And I know the last discussion, unfortunately, you were under the weather and not able to attend. I think the consensus was that we love the project. It was just finding the support for somebody that's really going to take the initiative, because it seems like there's a little bit of work to do.
I don't know how much work, I can't really find some of the answers I want. But I just found out St. Clairsville Rotary does it, and their guy who does it is on vacation. And then I just got this email today from Steve Cropper, and I don't know who he is. I think he's from St. Clairsville. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He says, "Good morning, Sharon. I'm your boots on the ground for your Flagship Heroes program. I'll work with your club from inception to celebration, making this program seamless. To answer your questions, Markers Inc. It's going to be St. Clairsville is our supplier. We offer 2 kits. He works with now. We offer 2 kits. Plastic 7-foot kit is $28. and they're really 30. I've been a member of Rotary since 1996, and I've shared this pandemic improvement program with almost 300 clubs in 23 states in the past 8 years. No club has ceased to use it because it only grows annually. I have 7 clubs that are banking $50,000 every year. And then he's got a YouTube video that I've not looked at yet. Fairmont, the first year they did 100 flags. Now they do 500 flags. And they're making like $15,000 a year, and that's after they pay the Boy Scouts. So it's obviously a lucrative, as a money maker. Fairmont, what they do is they work with the Boy Scouts, and the Boy Scouts actually place, I think, all of the flags. I'm not sure. Sounds like all the flags, and then they do a little ceremony when they place each flag. Their flags go in people's homes, and theirs sounds a little more labor intensive because they did a lot of the work themselves. You can buy flag kits and you don't have to do all the work yourself. But this guy that I talk with, I think, likes to do it, and so that's why. But they place them 2 feet from the sidewalk or the road or whatever, and they put red paint there so they know where they are, and they put a little thing in the ground that they can then put the flag in. So they put this tube in the ground with a red cap on it, so it's easier to find. Mark it with red paint 2 feet from the road. And then the Boy Scouts put up the flags, and I don't remember, it was in the stuff. But I think pretty much they all do now. I put it up before Memorial Day, take it down after July 4th, put it up for Labor Day and September 11th, take them down, put them up again for Veterans Day. And then for the final takedown, the Rotarians take it and store it someplace. I mean, like,
That was a question, where we.
yeah, we have to have a place to store them. And then on each Rotarian, they have routes. So that he told me all about how they track them, and I'll send you my spreadsheet and everything. But anyway, they have routes, and so the Boy Scouts responsible for each route take their own flags. And that's what they do. Cheat Lake does theirs in groups. If you've been to Morgantown, there's a really, they've got them on Patterson Drive right at an art museum or something right there when you first turn up it. There's some at a bank on the road on down. I don't know what the road is, but anyway, they've got them in several places. Theirs are corporate, and they do them as a group. St. Clairsville does them. If I start sneezing, I'm allergies. St. Clairsville does theirs in neighborhoods too, I believe, and same thing. They just take them around, and then the neighborhoods become competitive, and it's like, well, Stacy has one. That's pretty cool. Well, we should go. And then Dorothy's gonna say, well, Stacy's here. It's like peer pressure working in a good way. I don't know how many people would take to actually get it together. Obviously, it's easier if you buy flag kits instead of buying metal poles, cutting them, making holes, putting them, yeah. That doesn't interest me at all. Like, I don't, unless somebody here is really handy and wants to do all that, I think that's crazy. But buying a flag kit is not so bad. The kits, what says at 28 or 30, most people, and it's done all over the place too, but most people seem to charge 50 or 60 a year. So if you charged 50, Fairmont pays the Boy Scouts, I think, $6 per flag.
And the kids were $28.
$28. So, let's say if we charge,
$32 would be, or $34 would be with the $6 for the Boy Scouts.
if you say so.
Yeah. I'm following you, yeah.
So
Is that
so
right?
$14
Okay,
would be
my brain's not there,
what
but
the club would benefit.
how much?
$14.
Okay, the first year, but then you bought your flag. Okay, so then you're not, so the next year, you're charging $50 and you're paying a Boy Scout $6, so you would make $44 off of each flag. So that's how, so it grows every year.
So Sharon, the kids, you don't have turnouts. So the kit does include the flag.
You can get, everybody but Fairmont
Right.
buys kits.
Right.
And the kit includes the flag pole, the thing that goes in the ground, and the flag. 3x5 flag made in the United States.
Okay, Mike, Cody,
Yes.
you work with these Boy Scouts, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel that they would have the interest and would they have the manpower, basically manpower to deliver these and take them down?
Like what scale do we anticipate? So as any organization, COVID has struck us fairly hard with membership. However, Marshall County is fortunate in the fact that we have 3 troops that are traditional, so 3 boy troops and 1 girl troop. And I mean, they all work super hard. They are all dedicated. Tom Cook is one of the scoutmasters for one of those, so I can tell him what to do, which means, yes, I'm all for it. When it comes to manpower, yes. I just want to make sure that we're not talking about, I don't know, thousands and thousands might be, Yeah,
I would think, to me, I would think 100 the first year would be
A big deal.
Yeah, and the fact that you mentioned the $6 going to the scouts, that would allow them to use that money to help pay for some good camp.
right. And I don't know that 6. I don't think 6 is enough.
I don't either, especially if they're going to be doing it, because Bob and I are not digging holes. Are we, Bob?
I mean, I would say at least like 10.
See, I think
Yeah.
$10.
That's huge.
I think $10.
So it
is
helps
a
them.
more
It helps
fair
us.
thing.
It goes to the community.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I know. I understand where everybody's coming from. That's like the same people do the same thing all the time, which is always true in every group. However, we are getting people returning after COVID. Surely, some of them will do it. And I think, did y'all notice on Facebook how much attention our donation to Cameron got? I think when people see what we're doing, that they're going to want to be a part of it. And I honest to goodness believe that we're going to have new members that when they hear about this, that might be a good attraction if they can come help us with this flag project. In fact, I know one person in particular that I fully intend to recruit as a member to do this because I know she's so excited about it. So say, hey, come help us. I think Joan and I saw this years ago. And we sat at this district event going, wow, that's really cool. And Joan was real into it because Mark's a veteran and she was all about it. But it just never, it's like, oh yeah, that's a neat idea. And then that's all farther it got. And then every year I've seen it and every year I think that's really a neat idea. But I'm seeing these flags out now and I just think that's really a neat idea. Fairmont does sell some to businesses. He did warn me, one of the businesses they sell to is Alvario's restaurant, and it's paved, so they had to buy special stands for the flags, and he said, we just did it, but I would recommend that you don't do that. Yeah, so, but you could always say, well, we could do it, but we have to buy stands, you'll have to buy the stand or something. But they do have businesses that buy them too. I mean, I don't know why we couldn't do businesses and people, like individuals. But I do see how if we get it started in a neighborhood, how it grows.
Now, this would be strictly just in Moundsville, correct?
Well, wherever we want to take them, but I would say like Moundsville, Glendale area is what I was thinking, but I honest to goodness, well, Lions is doing it up there. Like I would think it might be something that the other Rotary clubs might pick up too.
I was saying, in Wheeling, I know up at Ogilvy and at Wheeling Park, Lions Club
Right,
does
those
it.
are Lions, yeah.
Well, I saw it in Warwood Garden Park.
Oh,
Over
Does
the
Lions as
weekend.
well.
But I didn't see who did it because I was driving by. I just happened to see the flags.
I haven't been up there.
Lions does it in Mount Olivet.
Yeah, those are great.
And Cameron does a small little
Yeah, Cameron's is cool.
things
Yeah.
with the deep
May I
Yeah.
ask, does anybody know, is Moundsville doing this anywhere? Have we seen anything? Moundsville, I have not either, but I'm pretty much go to the park and home, not,
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
I
I
have
haven't
not.
seen it either.
I haven't.
Now, if we were to do this, this would be a project that would start next
I think
spring.
we-
Well, we can start it over the winter, but the flags would not go
So
out
I think
until
that if we decide to do it,
next Memorial Day.
yeah, but we need to get the word out, right? This, like as soon as we decide to do it, if we do, we need to get the word out that we're doing it because we don't want like the Lions to do it. You know, or maybe they even want to work with us. I don't care if they work with us. But we need, I think if we do it, we need to get the word out that, hey,
That we are going to
yeah,
do it.
we,
Look
Moundsville
forward-
Rotary is blah, blah,
Look
blah.
forward to next Memorial Day, we will be
Exactly.
purchasing, flags, you're asking people to purchase flags. We're
Right.
gonna, do our.
It'll be out
neighborhood-
like in the winter is when we,
you
probably
know,
this fall or winter, we would take memberships.
You know, if you could put it out in plenty of time in late fall, people could buy them for people for Christmas gifts.
Oh, yeah.
So do you go to people's doors or do you just promote it and then people come to you?
I don't think you go to doors and for anything
I think
anymore.
I'd do it like we've been doing everything else,
I think
Facebook, maybe
Facebook
the
is one
Echo.
of the
Right.
Echo.
best selling.
Not that I know of.
Or we could do flyers like at churches.
Sure.
I was thinking in our, in our
Church.
businesses, I know we could put
Businesses.
something up at Grandview.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Mhm.
maybe-
Church bulletins.
Yeah,
like
see,
at
I'm not
churches.
allowed to do much like that for me, but I, I don't see my employees doing it either, though.
True.
You get what I,
Kind of how we are, because we're nonprofit, so
I
Right.
I kind of,
don't see our.
However, I wonder if somebody
But I can definitely.
wanted to buy a flag, wanted to sponsor a flag and wanted to put flags at Grandview, would they let them put a group of them up there? If they didn't have, if they weren't adding money, if people sponsored them,
have to ask.
might be something we could check out.
Yeah, because we could do cards.
Yeah,
That would maybe get people. into
like at the entry to the park or something.
But the Christmas, like I said, I can see, I can't see my employees maybe doing the flags in their yards, but I do know some have military
Right.
family members that they're always saying Christmas. I don't know what to get Poppy. I don't know
Right.
what to get my uncle. I don't.
Exactly.
That's kind of a neat.
That is a neat thing.
And even
I like
look
the
at it
Christmas
as, you
idea.
know, looking for a unique Christmas gift for your veteran. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If you're looking for places in Glendale, I don't know if the school would give permission, but that whole big row right there in front of John Marshall High School.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A place to display them if they would permit that.
That'd be awesome.
And that would be nice because everybody drives past it. It's
Yeah.
a very
More
public
people
place.
want to
The
see
park, you would have to go all the way there.
True.
Because I,
Yeah, it's right
over
John Marshall would be great.
like at East End, but there again, I don't drive past there.
Right, John Marshall's perfect. So you guys know me, and it's like, I'm impulsive, and I get excited, and if I wasn't, we wouldn't have gone to Mexico. But look how well that turned out. I think it's awesome, and I think that is a great way to get us publicity plus honor people. I mean, it's so patriotic, and I love the idea of working with the Boy Scouts, especially now as my grandson's getting more and more into Boy Scoutism.
Was that a word?
It is now. I just think it's really cool, and I would certainly be happy to be here at work. That's like,
So I think it would just be 3 factors we would have to have in place if you want to kind of be the lead on this, and obviously with the group, the club's help, make sure the Boy Scouts.
Scouts, in summary, real quick, we're good. We're good. There's enough in Moundsville and Glendale left.
So Scouts are in for sure.
I mean, they love doing this kind of stuff.
So give them an option whether they want it at their individual home or maybe out in front of John Marshall.
I think we could. I mean, they have not done that in Fairmont and G Lake, I've not done that. But I don't know why we couldn't do that.
If we get permission.
Like,
We'd have-
right.
You'd have
For
to go to
example, my
board.
brother lives in Washington Lands, he's a veteran, he might do it, he lives in Washington Lands, but he might put one in John Marshall if we, wherever we use.
I would be like a
Would you?
I would think that it should be a little bit cheaper if I could just go in and group, but if you want it at your house, then you get $5. Very minimal.
Nobody.
No.
You know, but I don't.
Well, that's like Bob said, he wouldn't, I mean, yeah, but he would do it at a.
In memory of.
Okay, wonderful, Arson, thank you for that. And then I think the last element that we would have to have in place is where the flags are gonna be stored and where they're gonna be placed.
Yeah, the storage is gonna be the issue, I think.
What are the size of the flags again?
She said
They're
3 by
5.
3 by 5.
Yeah, so like big flag. Well, again, this is my personality, we'll find a place to store it. I mean, seriously, in all this area, nobody's got a place to store flags, it's flags. You know, I mean, I think we'll find a place.
She said,
Well, I mean,
7 or 8 industrial shelving units in my basement. They're huge. Probably, not as tall as this room, but fairly close.
So you're saying you'll store them for us?
No, I'm just saying.
That's what I thought.
That's what I
I'm
heard,
saying that.
I heard
as a
I
backup,
volunteered.
Remember,
I
I
think-
have to, I'm not the boss. My wife is the boss.
Smart man.
Right, yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying that regardless of what happens, I mean, there is a backup plan. I have plenty of time.
I just wondered even like Terry Williams, does he have an extra room back there? Terry's an extra-tarian, he keeps talking about coming back, he probably never will. But he's very supportive of Rotary. I mean, there might be somebody, I think that's,
somebody that has the storage.
yeah, yeah. So, who in this room would work on it? And you can be honest, don't feel like you have to say
Work on,
on the project.
well, by default, I don't have a choice.
I'm willing to have a
We'll help with it.
I'll help.
Okay. Okay, so I think we've got other people, like I said, we need to, I think we'll.
Tom
Cook,
Cook
yeah.
will.
Yeah, no, my Tom doesn't do anything. Social. I don't know, I think we have people and we need to get the word out. I don't want somebody else to start doing it. Like, as soon as we decide, I think we need to put something out there. Look for this to come. And then just start promoting it.
What's the lead time on those flags?
I have that information somewhere, but I don't remember it.
Hi, Brianna. Welcome.
We don't have a flyer.
We can't hear you. Did you want to say something, add something?
Flyer or something that Fairmont has, maybe they don't have.
Can you guys hear me?
One of these pubs does, guaranteed.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
That's it.
We could hear you. Now we lost you.
Hello?
Okay, can you hear me now?
We gotcha.
Okay. If we do decide to do this, let me know and I can create some sort of like image with a bunch of flags and stuff so we can like not mass produce it, but at least put it on Facebook, kind of like the one that went out for the picnic, like something visually pleasing. Just let me know.
If you look online, do Flags for Heroes and Google it, you probably can find images that you need there. There's a bunch.
Oh, I just meant like almost like a well, actually, never mind. Yeah, I can figure it out.
Just something like out of Canva or whatever
Yeah, exactly.
you use and just put some flags on there.
There are lots of pictures there
Yeah.
that people have made.
And we would charge $50 a flag,
We would charge what?
or $50 a flag. That's
50 or 60, I think 50 probably.
I think
I think
if-
about
if-
the one now.
And if we're gonna have that option to either place it at the home or in the selected area, I think maybe 50 for the selected area, but if you want it at your personal home, maybe 55. I don't think that's much upcharge, but you know, that's the scouts going to individual houses rather than just setting up.
But we'd have to have somebody touch base with the school board.
Yeah, we gotta.
Deanna's gonna reach out and find out, and then I'll ask at the park as well, so those give 2 options. All right, well,
So I'll make a motion that we do the flags.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do we want, if somebody else wants to chair this, that'd be
No, that's all you.
You are all excited, Sharon.
I am excited. So, just so y'all know, I'm good at being excited, and I'm good at coming up with a plan, and I'm good with being a cheerleader while we do the plan, but I need somebody that's detailed to do the tracking and stuff, because I am not good at
I'll
detail.
track this stuff.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, man.
We'll do the labor.
Hey, I think this came together, awesome. Thank you so much for bringing this to
I'm
our club.
excited.
So everybody should have a handout. These are other service projects that all of the clubs in our district do. So I just wanted everybody to have a copy of this. I will also email this out. Don't have to read through it all right now. And by the way, Moundsville showed a lot more. They were just very selective on what they decided to put in here. So I'm not very happy. And Brooke is spelled with an E, by the way, as well. So we don't want this person to be attention to detail for our flag project. But no, I just want everybody to have a copy of this. Just whenever you get a chance, just, look through here. If there's anything that sticks out or that you're passionate about, please bring it to our club, just like Sharon. This year, I want to really take action. I really want us to be a part of our community and help in every which way we can. And I want to keep it local as much as we can. So if there's anything local here that we can do, please bring it up to my attention or speak up at a meeting, because the more projects, the better, to be honest, this year. All right, so next topic, I wanted to talk about the Augusta Libby fundraiser. So I briefly spoke about it to make sure everybody was fine with us pairing up with the City of Weston Rotary Club, where Tina is the incoming president this year, and she made this beautiful king-size blanket. Gorgeous. There's so much love in this blanket. So I have created an event on Facebook. I am asking people just to share it. All of the proceeds go directly to Augusta Libby. I do have tickets, no requirements from any of our club members, but if you wanted to take a stack of tickets, they're $5 each. I'd be happy to give those out, or you can just send everybody my way or just share the link. It is on Facebook. A couple things I wanted to ask is, if possible, and I understand constraints, but Tina said when she auctioned off or did her blanket down there for a military museum that was going to close due to COVID, they were able to raise $3,000 and keep the museum open. And she actually is a business owner. She does screen printing and t-shirts, so she displayed it at her business front, and she said she made about $500 or $600 just off of people going in and throwing donations in a bucket there. So I didn't know if anybody had a place to display it. I unfortunately am not able to display that at the park just because us being a nonprofit, but if anybody.
It look great on my couch.
I will ask over at the bank.
Okay.
And because our lobby's big enough, if I'm allowed, I can put it in there.
Thank you, I appreciate that, and I understand if you cannot, but I really appreciate that. And then the last thing I want to touch about the Augusta Libby fundraiser is the drawing is going to be August 7th. It is a Saturday. The time is still going to be determined. I will hopefully have more information next meeting. But I reached out to Augusta Libby and I wanted their support and asked them if they could get media coverage and if we can do the drawing at the school. And the most important thing is I would just like a couple of our fellow Rotarians to be there to support us. I'm going to try to make not a day event out of it, but maybe do some arts and crafts or do something just to draw a crowd in maybe for about an hour for an event. Like I said, I will have a lot more information. I'm waiting to hear back from the representative for Augusta.
When are you doing this? Do you know?
August 7th is going to be the drawing. It's a Saturday, and I would love to do it at the school itself.
Gotcha.
But I'm just waiting to hear back from Angie, who will hopefully be joining us next week and actually joining our Moundsville Rotary Club. She has been wonderful to work with through this project, and excited to have her a part of our group.
She's been talking about doing it for months.
Drawings they're having, or is this one of their many drawings they're having, or for the blanket?
So she's only made two. She made one, and she already
Raffle.
raffled it off and gave the money to the military museum. We met at Pets, and she shared about her service project and I was in her group and I was like, wow, that is so cool. I said, I wish I knew somebody that crocheted in our group. And she reached out to me a week later and said, I'm finishing up a blanket and would love to donate it and just show fellowship with amongst Rotary clubs, which is beautiful. And she helped me set up the fundraiser. She's been sharing it. We've been talking every single day. I also volunteered anytime that they do a blood drive or anything down in Weston that I will go represent Rotary because they're so busy that they can't promote Rotary at those events. So I'll represent Rotary for them and little, help me out, I'll help you out. So just joining forces here.
So that's something we heard at the district too, is like, for example, if we have a fundraiser and we're there working our fundraiser, we don't have time to really promote Rotary. So Wheeling could come in and have a table and promote Rotary. If Wheeling has a fundraiser, they don't have time to promote, we could go there and promote the Rotary. I thought that was a cool idea. That several clubs are starting to do that.
Yeah, and I just think it's great. We're in this together. It's not, oh my gosh, we got to beat Wheeling or we got to beat New Martinsville.
Right.
No, we just want to help as many people as we possibly can. Yeah, I love that idea. Another service project that I've already kind of been in the works with is, I hope I have your support here. I came to me in the shower. That's my only time I ever get to think is when I'm in the shower. And so I've already reached out to Joelle. And I know this is something she's passionate about, but I thought if Joelle and me can team up and do a free fitness class, I call it Fight, Flow, and Foster. So I would do my MMA fighting class, which is for all ages, all levels. It's just a good time, about a 45-minute class. And then she can go into her yoga flow for about 45 minutes. This would be a free event, donation-based only. And then all proceeds, we could stuff backpacks for foster kids and donate those to the DHR. I know I already talked to Joel. I just wanted to make sure that the club supports this and would want to help in this. And basically all I would need is just some people sharing the event, when it's going to be, once that's put together, and then hopefully some assistance the day of, just coming and supporting the club. Yes, Cody.
Real quick, do you know what geofencing is? Because we keep talking about Facebook and sharing events, so I just want to make,
I've heard of the word, but
so
please.
it's a tool that we use now, granted, you do pay, it's very inexpensive, though, it's advertising. And what it does is you ping a certain location, right, with your event, and anybody within that radius, so say I wanted a 40-mile radius from this location right here, 40-mile radius, anybody that has Facebook and passes through that radius gets a notification on the event. Just so you know.
Where do you pay for that? Through Facebook?
Yeah, it's part of Facebook's advertising.
And the thing is, we are a club on there. We would be, it's obviously not for like a
It's not for
private person,
right.
but since we had a like page,
Yes.
we could. Awesome, I think that's great. Facebook posts actually do work.
Yeah.
So that it does work.
Geofencing, no matter what, means that you get that notification.
So I love that idea, and I think that we should pick our 5 biggest service projects and promote them that way. I think that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll look into that, because we do that all the time. I do that all
The park does it. I'm not involved in it, but I've heard the word. Thank you for explaining it to me. I love that. All right, so just another thought. I saw Weston, they are out making some major movement in their community. And the coolest thing is, just like Sharon said, is the more you share that we're doing projects, the more people want to be involved. They just added 13 new members to their club. Yes, amazing. So they did lending libraries. I feel like we've talked about this in the past. I don't know if I made that up or not. The lending library. So that's the box. I think there's one at Parkview School. It kind of looks like a big birdhouse, and it has shelves in it. And you can donate books, children's books, adult books. I was thinking of doing something with like the lower level being all kids books, and then adult books on the top level. Nothing like Shades of Burger. PG adult books. But I was thinking we possibly just thought do one at Moundsville City Parks with Rick Healy's approval. We could put our name on it, so that's promoting literacy in our community. Our big logo is on there. And it's something that I think like that. Yeah. Oh, I got a ton of books, ton of books. And then I also thought about doing one at Grandview Park. Just thinking of a couple places where our name can actually be stamped on something
And
because,
that's nice, see people go out there and sometimes they're like, which I have both.
and we're
Right.
actually, we're putting in a hammock garden. So
Oh.
how perfect would it be right next to the
Finally, something for me.
hammock garden? So just a thought, didn't know if you guys like that idea, we could, yeah, move forward with that? Awesome, okay, so I'm gonna put a check next to that, we'll talk more about that.
Madison Elementary School won the Iowa Pass one, and it's hugely successful.
Yeah.
It's that,
I have like a Sandhill too, which is nice because it's so far away.
Right. I don't wanna be like a Debbie Downer, but it needs to be somewhere that, and I know Rick Haley said that they have cameras down there, and we're putting in 23 cameras at the park. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that can be vandalized very easily. At Parkview, so they put it in, somebody threw all the books on the roof of the building. So, you know, we wanna make sure it's in like a high visible spot or, you know, a camera, and that's what I was thinking, under the
I don't know if
park.
they have cameras down at the riverfront either, because I do see a lot of people sitting down there. That's my
Right.
escape. I drive down there, even sit in the truck sometimes.
That's another great place, yeah.
Just, I lock myself in my doors and just go down. I'm not here. That's why I
Turn the phone off.
Now we know.
I'll go with the girls, if I don't come back, just check, because I've just kept on trying. I've been tempted at things. But down there, I see a lot of people sitting on like the benches and the swings.
That's the thing, it's relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that idea. Now, who, is that also Rick Healy, the riverfront? Like, who would we reach out if we wanted to do something?
I would say Rick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
city limits.
Yeah, that's Rick Healy.
Thank you, all right. So I'll kind of reach out, I'm gonna talk to the park about that, and I'm gonna reach out to Rick and make sure that we have his support. And,
Facilities are in city limits if you call them.
Rick needs to call you.
Apparently, that's the problem. I have no idea why.
Probably wants you to speak for something.
Is there a community day thing eventually? We had one in 2019, it's the first community day. It was down at the riverfront, close to the marina.
Yeah.
And we set up our BB range and all kinds of stuff. So I'm feeling like.
That's probably,
Okay, and never mind, you don't have to.
well, if I talk to him, I'll be happy to tell him to call you. Yeah, happy to have, I think he wants you to speak somewhere, so I will definitely have him call you. So, just a couple more things that I wanted to talk about. I have like 15 more points that I will roll over and grab a couple of each meeting. A lot of ideas, I'm excited. So, district grant. We had a close call with our district grant from last time. I think it just slipped through the cracks and we forgot to finalize our final report. But with the help of our district and Rotary, we were able to get everything in and we will receive our check, which is wonderful. I did attend the grant training, which is so far out of my wheelhouse, but I wanted to make sure we can still have that opportunity to get a district grant. So 2 questions here I wanted to ask is, what do we want to use our district grant for? We need to apply for one this year. Deadline is September 15th, but the earlier the better, because if we apply here soon and they award them and then they still have money left, we can apply again. So I definitely want to get something moving. My question is, do we want to continue to use our district grant for the Wells Springs project? That's what we've used it for, I think, for the last couple years. I also thought, just because of other clubs, they'd use it for their scholarship, which is nice because if we were to give 1,000, then they would match 1,000. It's pretty cut dry and easy. So just wanted you all to let me know where you would like that district grant to be submitted for.
Okay, my opinion. Sorry, I'm a teacher. I love students. I always think that it's really great, but we don't really get much participation from the schools. I mean, we're lucky. Bonnie and I ran it for a while. I mean, we would, for the essay, we might get 5. I under 5.
People submitting their essays.
Yes. Yes.
There's not.
So I'm not saying that those 5 aren't worthy,
Right.
but I'd rather give it to Wellspring because the children in this community need it so desperately. And some of these moms, you know, they shouldn't be having babies, but that's not my.
And it's not
They
baby's
have it.
fault.
It's
right.
this is where they can get stuff. And I just feel that there's more people that win from that money than the student who were only getting participation from the schools. And I mean, it's been that way since I ran it. And now, I mean, Mian's done it a few times. We just can't get the participation that we should be getting.
Right.
And I don't mean that they're not important. I just think the money is better spent at Wellspring.
I couldn't agree with you more. So if we have the, all in favor, we'll go ahead and, does anybody want to write that district?
I make a motion, not to do the grant.
Jody, come on.
That we continue covering and writing a grant for Wellspring.
Do we have a second? I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed?
No, Shelley,
What we already submitted, since it's just on the same thing.
Yeah, so it will be the same thing. I learned though that you have to call the grant a new name each time because they don't like to see the same thing on there, but we can get creative. We can say helping children in our community or in local Moundsville. You know what I mean?
Right.
We can get creative. I know they get called Well Springs. I know it's been called something else, so we can absolutely keep it the same. So we have that motion for Well Springs.
now Shelley has done it the last few years.
She
but-
has, that's why I did the shopping the last time. She kind of wanted to take a step back from that. I'm willing to do it if nobody else will. I was just hoping that we can maybe get some support. If not, I will. I'm gonna get on that now because I want to make sure we get that.
President Ashley, I'd be glad to help you with that.
Thank you. I will definitely reach out to you, Linda. I appreciate that very much.
You do a good job. It's what I do.
And you know what? The last time I did everything online, but I really would love to, I mean, if we could actually go to the store and pick the stuff out, feel it in our hands, and go together and drop it off. That, I just think it's more impactful. I was just sending stuff in the mail. I just felt like, oh, that's the easy way out. You know what I mean? I told them.
COVID and all that though.
I'm sure they appreciate it and it went to good use, but yeah.
Yeah, we've always tried to, but COVID stopped a lot of that person
Right.
stuff.
But look at what you did do through COVID. That
Right.
is so beautiful.
We did, I mean, being involved, because I was an assistant district governor last year as well, and we had monthly AG calls. And this club, I mean, Stacey, kudos to you. This club did amazing things and continued to meet in Zoom the entire year. And some clubs never met at all.
And still haven't met yet.
Yeah, I mean, like, we really did good. We're one of the clubs that actually was very functional during that time.
So I'm going to table a couple of these ideas for next. I'll just kind of sprinkle them through each meeting because I know we got some speakers coming up, which is awesome. Just going to briefly talk on this and then we'll adjourn the meeting unless anybody has anything else they want to add. But so we do need some help here for some officers. There are some openings. I know that Katrina is going to continue in the public image. Brianna is going to continue for now to help out. She possibly is going to be teaching here in August, so she's going to need some assistance being a secretary. I know Sharon has continued with programming. Thank you very much. Will you continue as our sergeant?
Oh, you know it. Speaking of which, I always go over this at the beginning of each fiscal year. Since we're in a new fiscal year, I'll just kind of run by the Rotary etiquette here real quick. And basically, there's just 5 main things. One, of course, is your badges. Secondly, it's Madam President or President Ashley. Thirdly, phones must be on silent if it rings, or she get fined. And then fourthly, technically, you know, there is no texting during the meetings, but I live under the motto, I have to see it to call it. So don't think I just, if I don't see it, I'm not gonna say anything. And then fifthly, it's the fourth and fifth one, I probably don't enforce as much as I should, but it's fact is I gotta see to call it. Fifth one, of course, is technically you're not supposed to be talking on the floor, someone else is talking. But those are the 5 main ones. And now where does the money go? It goes to the flower fund. Fines for flowers.
That's cute.
Yeah. And typically if we have a Rotary member, if we have a death of a Rotary member, we usually will use that money for flowers for the funeral home. Or if one of our Rotary members is ill and in the hospital, sometimes we'll use it for that as well. So it goes to a good cause. It doesn't, you know, it's not going to the government. It's not going to
Mike, I have
it's going
that.
for a good cause.
If I can find it, but I used to put that every now and then in the newsletter.
Mhm.
If I can find it, I'll send it to you to amend, and then.
Yeah,
you
if
can
not,
send
then
it
I
to
can
Brianna.
just write something up.
Well, I mean, you can,
It
but
won't
it's
take
already
that
written,
long.
so what, you know, don't reinvent the wheel if you don't have to. And then just send it to Brianna, and I'm sure she put it in.
Yeah, I like to really just go over that one beginning of each fiscal year, just to kind of remind everybody.
So a couple of the other clubs that I've spoke with down at the trainings, they appoint co-chairs to each officer. And I really love that idea because then you could kind of learn the role. And then whenever anybody's ready to relinquish their duties, they have the next person that's going to step in. So as president, I wanted to work with each officer that we currently have and try to find that co-chair to just help and then step in. And then obviously we still need to find a couple officers. So I'll be reaching out hopefully and get some support from the club. That's all I have today. Is there anything else that anybody wants to share? Yes, Sharon.
Oh my God. I would say it's Lyme brain fog is real. Seriously, it is real. What did we do? The Rise Against Hunger. New Martinsville and Wheeling want to do it again. And I assume we do too, right? Yes. So the last time we had Brianna, are you still there?
She had to leave.
Oh, okay. Brianna was our person from Moundsville. The last time we did it, I was there just like some AG. And then we had a person from Wheeling, a person from Moundsville, a person from New Martinsville, just to be on the actual committee that set it up. And that worked. If
What
that's okay.
committee is this?
Rise Against Hunger.
Oh.
Just to get it coordinated and everything. And of course, every club then promotes it. But we need a person from Moundsville. So I don't know if Brianna wants to do it again this year or not, or somebody else does. Or even if we had two, I think even one or two from each club. Just somebody to be the focus person to, like, what we do is just, what we did is we reached out to Rise Against Hunger and communicated with them, found the place, did like just the brainstorming and the setup. It's not a lot of work. It meant that we had lunch once a month. But we do want to do that again, and I'm excited that the other clubs are excited to do it all together. That's just cool that we're working together on something. So the group, whoever the planning group is, will decide how many meals we want to do and get it set up. So for somebody from our club that wants to be on that group,
Reach out to Sharon if we have anybody that
Let me
wants to
know.
help. Hopefully all these people are gonna be watching this Zoom later and they're gonna be calling you.
how much? That's probably have too many.
I don't know if any of you know, but this woman in front of us has a very special birthday coming up on Friday. It's a very special one. I think that we need to sing happy birthday to her.
Mike should be turning.
Can we go ahead and adjourn the meeting for this? So it's not on recorded?
You can adjourn it.
Thank you all. All right, we're gonna stop recording because I won't put that all on you.
It's the big 4-0, isn't it?
It is the
Yeah.
big 4-0.